Okay, right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Thursday night Zoom. We started without pressing record, but now we've pressed record. So, yeah,
Good evening.
Everybody give a quick wave to all those that's not here tonight, and we'll be on the replay.
Hi there.
Hello.
You don't know what
Hi,
you're
everyone.
missing. Right, as you probably know, Mr. and Mrs. Bourne are out this evening. It's Mrs. Bourne's birthday. So I'm sure we all wish her very much a happy birthday. And if they pop in tonight, John says we're going to sing happy birthday. So,
Yeah.
Oh
who
no,
knows?
not again. We'll all be muddled up. Oh Lord. It was
I
terrible.
hope everybody's had a very good week, and things are going the right way. And we've got Christmas looming and getting in that festive spirit if we dare with the various governments.
I'm not in the spirit yet.
But yeah. Right. Okay. Right. We've got one or two things we just want to get by tonight before we go anywhere. Because otherwise I will forget. Now the first one portrays to, I'm sure you all remember, we've got a competition going this December, which our fearless leader, Mr. Bourne, has donated his last Matrix payment, which I believe, if I just, I'm just going to have to get this ready, was $4,878, which is some whopping amount. The criteria for this is just to recruit one person, or you recruit one person for, I believe it's somebody underneath. If one of your team, you help somebody recruit somebody. I think that classes, if I'm correct in saying that,
Yes.
Mark? Yep. Right. Yeah, I haven't made the wheel yet, so I am completely biased on everything I will say tonight. Yet. Anita Richards has taken over a quarter of it, I think, so that's absolutely fantastic work from Anita. And I know there's quite a few in there, as Gemma and Ted, and it's got multiple entries now, and I can't see if I'm just trying to look at it. But right, let me just share it, because then you'll see where it's getting to, because John's asked me to share this, so just bear with me 1 second. All right, there we go. It's just a static image. It isn't doing anything, and it won't press anything, so we should be good to go. Okay, can everybody see that?
Oh, wow. There's a lot of them.
Me.
33 entries so far, so absolutely, that's blistering. It's brilliant, absolutely superb.
Wow.
What are we on? We're only on the 9th.
Oh, and he's put them all
the end of
together.
December.
That's
So everybody's still got plenty of time. Now we've a question to ask that's cropped up, and this is down to everybody that's on the team on the Zoom tonight, everybody that's watching on the replay, and if you can also, we just need to ask everybody really, especially those with multiple entries in it. John suggested tonight, possibly, that we put it to the Freedom Chasers. Do we want just one winner takes all, or do we want first, second, and third?
That would be
Just
nice.
bring the chat, just the people that are here tonight, because obviously everybody else can let us know later. You put number 1 for winner takes all, and number 2, if you think it'd be a good idea, providing we can come to an agreement with everybody in there, that it's shared between first, second, and third. It'll be, I think, slightly dominant, maybe first to second to third. So we're not sure how it'll be equaled.
Okay, so
Oh,
if
that sounds pretty good.
We put 3.
my suggestion in this case, if John
Nigel.
wants to do 3, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Andre. No problem.
So if you put it into the wheel, then you cannot do first and second and third, because everybody put in the same effort. So it should be 3 equal prices.
Yes, okay, I'll put that
That's
down.
my suggestion.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, I suppose we have to ask the question then, if it's first, second, and third, as Mark said, we probably have to draw the large one first, if it's done that way, unless it's equal, we don't know. We have to think, well, whether we do it into equal parts, Andrea, like you say, or whether it's maybe like 3,000, 1,500, or 3, however it works out anyway. So, but it's just a case of gauging at the moment to whether we think it'd be better with 3 prizes or just winner takes all. So yeah, that's kind of a suggestion, which we seem to be going fairly heavily on the 2.
Oh, Hell's bells.
Some
Well,
threes.
I think 3 prizes would be nice because, everybody gets a
Yeah, I
chance.
think the
And
general
also,
consensus. I mean, what I'm seeing there,
Can I
apart from
have
the
a
people that put
question?
number 3, we haven't seen any number 1s, which is winner take all. So it was number 1 for winner take all, or 2 if we share it between 3. So yeah, that's how we're seeing it at the moment. It looks
So,
very, very dominant on, as you can all see.
Do you want to, Marcus, sorry, do you want to ask the guys that have put number 3 to revote? Because that's not
Yeah, that'd be a good
What's
idea.
number 3 then?
If you
There's
put
no-
number
there's
3
no
in there,
choice
can you
number
either
3.
put a number
couple
1
of threes.
for winner
What?
takes all, or number 2 for share between 3? First, second, and third.
I think that's a great idea from Andrea.
I
But
think the number 3 is
it's,
standing for first, second,
democratic
third,
decision
but
anyway,
just so
isn't
we
it?
get it right. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Can I have a question or a suggestion?
Certainly can. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've done the wrong thing. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Because, well, I see that he's put the names all together, all 5 names in a row. So
Yeah,
isn't
they'll
it
be
better
shared
to
out.
just,
They'll be, when you do the actual wheel, as I've
they're
had
just
many practices now,
dispersed?
you get the option
Sorry,
to
I put the
shuffle,
wrong
and I
thing.
usually shuffle 7 times. I don't know
Okay.
why. But
Hello.
every night I shuffle that $300 trade contract giveaway. I shuffle it
Yeah.
7 times. And
Okay.
Michael
Hello,
vouched
Ria.
for that, so it's
Yeah.
very, very well and truly shaken up.
I
Marcus.
just
Yep.
hello. I just in the Zoom call. I'm not. What are we doing now at the moment?
Right. All it is, Marjo, it's, do you know about the competition?
Yes,
She's
yes.
on there.
That's right. You know about the competition. What it is, because John said originally it'd be the full amount of $4,878, and basically winner takes all. So whoever won would take the full amount. Okay. What we've thought about, well, John suggested, and then we've put our suggestions in as well, is a first, second, and third. And now we'd have to be pretty much a majority vote on this because people have already entered, and especially likes of Anita and Gemma and Ted and people with multiple entries. We have to really take that into consideration because technically, I did say this before that it was winner takes all, but we are putting it out to the Freedom Chasers team whether it should be winner takes all or first, second, and third prizes. So it would be shared. Does that make
and
sense?
what is 1 and 2 and 3? I just put in 2. I didn't know
Right, it's
what
okay.
it meant.
It's okay. No,
What is that?
we don't know whether it'll be. We haven't decided on a figure. I mean, like Andrea just said, we could share it first, second, and third equal amounts. It could be where, say, first is 3,000. I think second would be 1,000, and third would be the remaining, it'd be like $378.
Sorry, but I put in 2. I didn't know why, but
Okay.
what is the difference? What is the difference?
Number
1, 2,
one
3?
would be the winner would take all. So, i.e.,
Oh, it's a kind of what everybody wants.
Yeah.
1, 2, or
really,
3.
it's just an idea. It's just an idea. so we just want a
okay,
majority
okay.
vote.
I say
whether we
3
think
then.
you'd say 3.
Marcus.
There's no 3. There's no.
Well, there isn't
Yeah,
a 3, but you're saying 2 basically. I just said
Yeah,
1 and
but
2.
Marcus,
Just
I've
confused
I've
it
cocked
slightly.
it up as usual.
Oh, then it's
I mean-
divided.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've put 3 and I should have put 2.
Well,
Can you cancel it?
Yeah,
No,
no, it's okay. I understand
just
the
put
3s.
2.
We understand the 3s.
Okay.
If you put a 3 in and you just meant it to be a 2, then that's fine because it's just me. It's probably me that confused
God.
that.
Oh, look. shoot.
What we're looking for, really, more than anything, is number 1s.
Number
Now,
1s.
if that's the case of everybody would put in number 1, then that'd be winner takes all. From what we're seeing there, 99.9%. Well, I think nearly everybody. I don't think there is a 1. And don't
Going
feel
for
by any
2.
means, if you want to put a 1, that is absolutely fine.
I think
Don't
it'd be lovely.
feel pressured in
Alex.
any way, shape, or form just because everybody else has put that. It's not a case of that. It's a bit like when you walk into a shop. If something's priced at a certain price, you're technically allowed to pay that price, whatever. Even that used to be online, but they try and get around it now. So, we're just trying to gauge it to be fair for everybody. I don't know whether Andrea's talking to us and she's muted or.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking
Oh, it's
to
all
my
right,
daughter.
Andrew. It's
She's
all right.
doing her
It's all right.
math.
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
absolutely fine.
It's a lovely idea, isn't it?
So yeah, Julia, you're definitely number 2 then, even though you put 3.
Yes,
That's fine.
sorry.
That's fine. We're just gauging. That's all we're
I
doing.
know,
It's not a set in stone or anything like that, guys. It's just because we've all the other team to think about.
I think it's a
And-
lovely idea.
And you
Yeah,
know,
Kathleen is right.
I think that
I think
personally,
so, also.
I'm a 2. So, and I'm
Yeah.
not a bias because I'm not in the wheel. So, yet.
No, but Kathleen says those with many entries would have a second and third chance anyway.
Possibly. Now that's where we've got to think. Now, can you only win once? That's another thing that we have to think about as well.
Mm.
So,
Yes.
but
Yes,
right,
that's the point, isn't it?
I think Ted's got his hand up there. Go on, Ted. You'll have to unmute, Ted.
Yeah, I'm just moving my left hand across the mouse thing.
You're just waving,
Um,
really.
Yeah, I'm just waving at everybody. Oh, yes, it's great. No, somebody, Catalin has commented, everyone would have a second chance if they've got 2 or 3 entries. But personally,
Yeah,
I
I
think
just mentioned
if you
it.
won one prize, that's you out then. You can't win a second one. That's my feeling.
I go
Oh,
along.
well, just have a second. I mean, these people, we've got to ask that, they have people like Anita and like yourself, Ted, and Gemma and Sylvia,
Lisa.
and there's various
Lisa,
people with more than one
yeah.
entry. We have to take account of what you guys are saying as well. So, even if now you feel like, even if you think now, well, everybody's put 2 and I feel a bit pressured now, I don't want to put 1. If you let let John know, or let me know, or Mark, somebody,
Yep.
if you let one of us know, if you
I'll
wanted
chip in there because we've got 2.
right?
Well, I suppose it's still John's
Yeah,
decision in the end. It's his,
Yeah,
his
no, I'll
money.
chip in there because we've already got 2 in there that I've recruited them, but put them under my wife's name. So, but look, I support the multiple options, but the idea is that we're growing our teams here. So there's a prize that's been put up for stake. It's the more entries, the more people you recruit, the more chances of winning you have, surely.
Yeah.
And if you're going to restrict it to going to a multiple prize is a great idea because it shares it out, gives everybody more opportunity. But we all have the same opportunity to recruit new members and therefore get our names on the wheel more than once. So why would you restrict? Why would you restrict it then to? But you can only win one prize.
Yeah, I think that's very valid.
You might, if you're going to do that, then you might as well just only have a single prize and winner takes all.
Yeah, no, I think I can see that.
I
I've
agree.
made a note of that as well. So I think that's a very, very valid point. That people put the extra effort in. Some people do, and then that's rewarded. So yeah,
Something like this throws up all sorts of questions.
It can, but it would just. I think John's just trying to make it.
Yeah, I know.
Giving that little bit extra, and I nearly said to John, right, well, if we get 100 people in that wheel, you can give your next month's away as well. But anyway, no, that's not going to happen there, guys. Just before anybody says anything, and this is recorded. You can have my matrix by all accounts because I think I managed to get. I think I got about $6 this time. So, yeah.
But Marcus, now you're on the record. It's recorded.
I gladly give it away. I will gladly give that away. We don't want to. I don't want to hold everybody up on this anyway. So all it was is just a guesstimation of what people were feeling, and then we'll put it out in the chats as well. And just then John can make a decision as our upline
Mike has his
leader.
hand up.
Mike's got his hand up.
Right, go on, Mike.
Nigel just beat me to it.
Right,
I agree with Nigel because the competition was for people to recruit people, and if you brought in multiple people, you had multiple chances of winning. That was the original.
I think that's right. Yeah, you can't take one away and not the other. I think that's right. Well, let's just have a have a consensus vote on that then. If you think you should only win once, and then that's it, you can't win again, put a number 1. If you think that if you've got multiple entries, you should stay in the wheel. You've got multiple entries, full stop, whatever the outcome. So if that makes sense. So it's number 1 if you think you should only have one chance, and then you're out if you win. And number 2 in the chat if you think that, you know, you can have multiple entries. Yeah, that's multiple 2s. Yeah, that's good. Right, okay. Right, we won't dwell on that any further, guys, else we'll be here debating all night. Let me stop screen sharing now. You've all seen that. So, but yeah, 33 in there already. That's really, really good. I know John's absolutely thrilled to bits with that. So, and I'm sure that'll probably double as we head into the festive spirit. Right, let me stop the share. Okay, right. Obviously, we're just talking about various people have been in Facebook jails and such like, and when they're allowed out. And Facebook just think we're all on an extended lockdown, I think, some people. But yeah, Julia, just going back over to what we were going over before with the LinkedIn as well. If anybody hasn't seen that 4-hour training by Ray, it is very, very good. You know, and
Yeah, I sort of vaguely remember it now.
yeah, and
I think
I know what 1 or 2 have said that they've struggled, you know, getting the traction and such like. But do believe LinkedIn really ups your algorithm and gets you out there once you hit 500 connections. Once it is 500 plus connections, then you do get a lot further reach. So I do know that much.
Can you do stories on it and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think once you hit that 500, magic 500, and you get it obviously tells you then that it tells everybody on your network that you're a 500 plus. I think once you hit that magic number, your algorithm, it does make a major, major difference, does that. So it is worth, if you can, just plugging away at that until you get that. Something I'm going to be doing a lot more, because I think I've about nearly come to 5,000 connections now, so I need to utilize it a little bit.
Wow.
So I'd like to say something about LinkedIn, because Ray Sinclair has a really good, as you guys said, and you have seen it, we've all seen it, and that's very thorough and how to connect Calendly and everything into LinkedIn. But as for LinkedIn training, if you go through the videos that John has in the team website that he created for the training, it was done on November 14th, 2020 with Gunnar Habits.
All right.
So if you watch that training, that is absolutely mind-blowing, even if you have never seen LinkedIn before in your life. So I would suggest that you watch that before you watch the Ray Sinclair training, because then what Ray says gives a lot more meaning. So one, I think, could build on to the other.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which website is that, Andrea?
I'm sorry?
Which website is that?
John's training page, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it was the video.
If anybody's happened to have the link, if you want to put that in chat, I can never
No,
remember.
I mean, I can find it then if it's on the.
Or if somebody can find it, and then we'll make sure it goes out and back in the chats and does the rounds. Because I know it gets asked a lot.
Yeah, when you scroll through, the date is November 14th of 2020.
Okay, thank you.
Even the date, Andrea. My God. Aren't you clever?
She's just an encyclopedia of network marketing.
I can't remember my age sometimes. So.
One more thing regarding LinkedIn, because Ray was saying that going to groups where there is network marketing groups or MLM groups or whatever, those groups have been formed so many times by so many people that if you use the same script what Ray is using, you're basically repelling everybody. So I don't know if you guys have seen Ray Higdon's cold market scripts, but I would much rather you much rather you watch that than copy something that has been done over and over and over again on the same, because LinkedIn doesn't have as many people obviously as Facebook does, right? So when you talk to the same people, the same amount of people talk to the same amount of people about the same thing, it's not going to have absolutely as much effect as somebody who started at the beginning with this, right? And then basically exhausted all the market there. So I'm not saying that you can, but just try to personalize your approach when you are trying to, oh, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to write. So don't just copy and paste the script, because that's probably not going to give you the results that you are.
And I think the same goes for Facebook as well, Andrea. If you're going in the networking groups in there, I think people are so blind to it. If you're in there,
that's why I don't. That's why
it's going to have the same effect, guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's Facebook is a totally different beast than LinkedIn. LinkedIn people are more open, so that's why you have to be very careful to approach them properly. Facebook, it's a hit and miss. So you have to find a good group of people that have the same. Let's say you're a dog lover, go into a dog group, seriously, and build relationships with them. Start talking to them about their whatever poodle. Take the conversation off of Facebook in a messenger chat or even on phone, and you will get a lot further than trying to copy and paste the link in a script in LinkedIn. So don't go into network. That would be logically the very first thought, that you go into a group that there is network marketers or direct sales people or affiliate marketers or Forex traders or whatever. Those are the wrong groups to go to. The wrong groups to go to.
No, totally.
So it's a lot easier to find common ground unrelated to what we do in something totally else, where it's your hobby and you are passionate about something else. It's easy to bring this up in the conversation. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to retire in about 2 years. Oh, how do you do that? Oh, I'm part of a profit sharing club. Oh, tell me more. Right? That's it. That's all it takes.
Awesome.
Good one. That's brilliant. Brilliant.
Good, Andrea.
This is why we have these Thursday night team Zooms. This is what we learn. Right. Has anybody else any questions they want to go over? I know there's just one. I will just, well, it wasn't a question, but an observation tonight. I don't know which David it was, but somebody was hacked on Facebook this evening or this afternoon, and a scrupulous link. They managed to post a link in the chat, which obviously David had no clue about, but he's managed to go in and change his password and delete the message. So it wasn't, if anybody did click on it and didn't see the messages afterwards, that it was hacked. But it's just an eye-opener to us all, that make sure your passwords are secure in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you log into, secure them passwords, guys, and every so often do change them, because it doesn't take much for these guys to work things out. If you're calling it Fido123, they're easy to guess, or your name and things like that. And people do. It's name of the dog, 123. And then they post the name of the dog on Facebook, and suddenly every Tom, Dick and Harry hacker is trying them passwords out. So if you're anything like that with your passwords, please change them and make it more secure. And then these things don't happen. But right. Have we anything else at all? Anything else anybody wants to?
Did you guys watch the 1 hour update with John Kinnear?
We certainly did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who is excited about the Visa card?
Yeah.
Isn't that going to be awesome?
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
We're worth watching with John Kinnear's update, because obviously it gives a lot more info really than what in my opinion, than what the end of month did. So we just got to see a lot more of the ship on the end of the month, which was looked like they had a fantastic time, apart from not getting off the ship apparently.
He also gave us some hope for North America. It was
very much so.
He's very good, is John. He's very. He doesn't mess about either. He just tells it the way that it is. He's very.
And he quite rightly gave his opinion as well.
He did.
Twice he gave his opinions on things. So he's in this like everybody else is as well. So it was very, very worth watching. Is the John Kinnear one, which was done before the end of month. So, but yeah, I think generally just more and more good news. And like Andrew said, the visa and you know, the North American side coming very, very close. The product, and I think one thing that stood out is, I think to a lot of people, is you're only going to need your phone to recruit. So that is quite major things happening. Is that because I don't know whether many of you actually know, because I mean I work in this industry. Somebody's phone going off there. I'm not in case anybody's ringing for me. But another thing that's happening in the industry, well, I don't know how you explain this one actually. Yeah, on the best way of putting it is with what they said about being able to recruit from your mobile. Pretty much so now we're looking about when people are viewing things, you know, whether it be a link you send out or whatever else, about 84% now is mobile and about 16% is desktop. Well, not even 16, I think it's about 14 desktop and 2% tablet. So anything you're putting out there now, guys, you've got to think it's got to be viewable on mobile. And it's pretty much just the way it's going to be now. So yeah, it's just worth bearing that in mind. So to hear him say that it's all going to be made, you know, just work from your mobile, I think is going to be fantastic. And I know there's a lot of people out there just do this from the mobile. And it's not the easiest task just solely from your mobile, but it's apparently going to get a lot easier.
Okay, can I just say something here?
You can,
just
yeah.
as a word of caution. Mobile doesn't mean that you keep your QR code, your 2FA on your phone together with the CashFX. So the mobile meaning use it on a tablet, but always keep your 2FA separate from the apparatus or whatever that the tablet or laptop that you're using, because if that gets lost, somebody can hack into your CashFX account because you have your 2FA right on the same device. So not a good idea to keep it together.
Yeah, very much so in this day and age.
It's a wicked world.
It certainly is, and it probably, unfortunately, will only get worse. Which don't like to bear bad news, but that is the truth. And so, yeah,
we are aware.
Just be very vigilant, guys. And
Ted's got his hand up.
Yeah, I think he's waving again.
No. Andrew was waving way before.
Andrew is there. Andrew is there.
Yeah,
look.
but I have got my hand up as well. But
right, go on. We'll let Andrew come out.
Andrew wants to speak first.
Yeah, go on then, Andrew.
Sorry, I didn't. I put my hand up way earlier, and it's all gone past now.
Sorry, so, I didn't see you.
I'm enjoying listening to what I must get caught up with John Kinnear's presentation because that does sound very interesting.
It was very, 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 very worth.
In a nutshell, Andrew, and for anybody else who hasn't seen it, you're going to be able to do a withdrawal from your CashFX balance straight into a Visa debit card.
Right.
So it'll be instant. It'll be a Visa debit card that CashFX are going to source via a bank that wants to tie in.
Right. So that would take out the waiting time as it does on an internal upgrade.
Yep.
That would be absolutely fantastic.
So it'll be loaded into your Visa debit card as US dollars.
Yeah.
And I think the other one that came on that line as well is the saying that they're going to be on course to clear the wait time of the withdrawals by the end of the month.
By the end of this year, yeah.
Yeah.
So well, it's very much looming that we're just over 2 weeks away, 3 weeks, whatever it is. So that's
the only thing about that is that we've been talking about that for virtually since the end of March.
Yeah, it's difficult, and you know, John again put over his view. You know that he's asked this question again and again, and he says they're standing by, absolutely 100% standing by, clearing it by the end of the year.
Yeah, you could also. Sorry, Harry. Go.
I was just going to say that they've been talking about it for a long time, but they have been consistent with when, and that is the end of the fourth quarter. They've said that right from the beginning. So we commented on that when it came up the other night. So
we're about to find out, guys.
yeah.
Well, apparently the site was down, not the site, but you can't buy a pack or you can't upgrade because there's something going on. I just read it in the Power Team chat. So they must be working on the withdrawals probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than having everything coming in again. I'm not sure, but
it's possible they have to pause everything. And
that's right.
While they run.
That's what I said, Ria, last week. That I only saw BTC and no withdrawal from balance.
No. That's not what I mean.
Oh.
Tonight it was off. Tonight I read that they couldn't buy packs or they couldn't upgrade.
Yeah,
and this is why I say
was the same. Last week was the same, Ria. When I tried it,
I don't know.
Was actually the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's when they do it, when they're pausing it while they do a run.
Possibly.
For withdrawals, it might be something they're doing to just check for these errors and such like. They'll be split testing so many different things to find any issues. It's madness really. So
this is why I say, guys, be very careful what you're reading in other chats because it can put a bug in your head and you start worrying there's nothing to worry about. That guy could have had a bad internet.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I know. But what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there were so many times when I tried to log in and it says server not available at this time, and then I click again and all of a sudden it's there. So it's and then just people, they like creating chaos and havoc and they start typing right away. Oh, I can do this, I can do that, and it's like, why? Try again. Right, so that's how these rumors started. Oh, this is not working, or that's not working.
Yeah, well, this was actually from one of the directors, a message in the team.
Yeah,
chat.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I suppose that's okay. But I know what you mean,
But if it's a team leader or a director, they are the ones who should not be posting things like that in the chat.
I couldn't agree.
Number one rule in any kind of network marketing organizations: good news goes down, bad news goes up to your sponsor, right? So that has got nothing to do in a mass chat. That should not be put into a mass chat.
Very wise words. Very wise words.
You're right.
Oh, we should stop talking about it then. Would you like to speak to a new member? Which we normally do.
That'd be an absolute fantastic idea, Ted.
Because I know there's at least one here. If you'd like to.
That's who we got.
Boyd would like to say hi.
Oh, Boyd.
Oh, Boyd. Okay.
Boyd, you might have to just unmute. If you've got little red.
Sorry to drop you in it, Boyd.
Come and say hello, Boyd. It's only a quick one, and nobody bites. But just lovely to hear from you. Are you there now?
Good evening, all. Joined this week as part of Ted's line. So hello to all of you. I ended up joining, having watched John's Sunday night presentations for about 8 weeks and got fed up of not winning. So,
I can remember seeing you because Ted kept messaging me saying because you were trying to get in. I know you had a few issues, but you've kept persevering, and that's what it's about. It's been consistent. And the fact you've pulled the trigger now anyway, welcome aboard. And I'm sure you'll find out that the team is so welcoming.
Looking forward to learning.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask any question. There's literally no daft question. And I'm sure I think it's Ted, isn't it? It's your guy there. And if Ted doesn't know, he'll certainly find out. But there's always somebody in the chats, in Telegram and somewhere that will give you the answers, as long as it comes off somebody that looks familiar, at least. As Andrew was saying before, don't just read anything because it's not always 100% correct, but majority of the team are fairly clued. So welcome aboard.
The best place for information for you, Boyd, is Ted.
It is first of call.
He does know what he's doing.
Yeah,
We've dropped you in it now, Ted. Sorry.
Ted's going on a crash course now.
Rate yourself.
No, welcome aboard. You're very well. It's good to see you here finally, Boyd. Absolutely fantastic. And
Thanks very
keep
much.
plugging into all you can and listening to these Thursday nights and what's going on. Occasionally we have the odd random Zoom that John will bring up, and there's some really good content and such like. We're going to need to get that the resource page put out as well a little bit more, because I think, you know, like what Andrew mentioned earlier about the LinkedIn and such like, people still miss that site, and so yeah, it's just worth getting out there. And so have we anybody else that's new, by the way? Just so many people now. Yeah. Idea.
Actually, Marcus, remember John put out a message asking for volunteers to sort of help with this. Well, I volunteered to do the new members and the upgraders.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So I've made a list.
Right.
And it's quite a lot, really.
Right.
Let's have a look. So he wanted me to just read them out.
Yeah.
So what we got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 new members.
Fantastic.
Since last Thursday.
Wow.
And we've got Karen from Scotland on $1,000 pack. We've got Gemma from the UK on a 500. We've got Lee Murphy from the UK on a 3,000. We've got Jacob from Nigeria on a 300. We've got Mohammed Halim from MDV. I thought that was the Maldives, but I don't think it is.
Moldova.
300 pack. We got Peter Jansen, 300, and he was a presentation winner last week.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we've got Boyd Stokes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Came in on a 3,000 pack. Mark Wallington from the UK on a 2,000 pack. We've got Phil from Australia on a 500 pack. We've got Edwin Deprez from Belgium on a 300 pack. And we've got Mauricio. I don't know where it comes from, and I don't know what pack. Just a name that I saw in the chat.
Brilliant. Go on, guys. Is that the last one?
Mauricio.
Mauricio's the last one.
Yeah. And then we've got the upgraders.
Right, go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 upgraders.
Wow.
First off, we've got Andrea on 15K, Mike Lobb on 30K, Adam Beer, 5K. We've got Mariola on 3,000. We've got Chris De Anderley from the UK on a 500 pack. We've got Janos, a 5,000 pack. We've got Madalina Natazi from Romania on a 3,000 pack. We've got Adam Wildish from the UK on a 1,000 pack, and Marcin Zwolinski, UK, on a 500 pack. And lastly, we've got Mike from Canada on a 1,000 pack.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Big round of applause there to all the new people joining us, and to all the people upgrading. It just shows what's been done, and that's just the last week, you know. So phenomenal. Well done, guys. Well done.
There must be more new people on that, because that wheel has filled up rather quickly.
Yeah, there's probably.
So I think there's quite a few that don't get put in the chats.
Yeah. Well, it goes out to anybody. If anybody's watching this on replay, anybody, you know, that's joined us and upgraded, phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And it just goes to show. Yeah, absolutely brilliant news. That's the type of news we need.
There's enough doom and gloom in the world, so that's always lovely news.
Oh, it is. But I'm doing a big shout out to Andrew though, donning his Christmas jumper. Good effort.
Now we're wearing a different. Well, this afternoon I was looking after, along with my Rotary group, I was looking after 50 people, pensioners who will be home alone at Christmas.
Wow, well done.
And we had a Christmas lunch for them, which we have done every year while we were doing the catering, and the new caterers where I used to be have taken on the mantle, and I appreciate what they did today.
Absolutely
Very
fantastic.
good,
Yeah, absolutely.
Great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
Lovely.
Can I just say that before you go any further, when we joined, there was fewer than 65,000 people, and in just over 12 months we've gone from 65,000 people to going on for the best part of 400,000.
Yeah, phenomenal.
In the company.
Yeah.
And when you see that growth and the extra work that must involve, you've got to be patient with the company, because you've got to set everything up to cover those sort of volumes. And although it is frustrating, and I do get frustrated, but when you really sit back and think about it, it's phenomenal what they're doing on our behalf.
It is. Yeah, just the sheer numbers is mind blowing, and the security. And I'd rather the site was inactive for a few hours and a day, whatever, than that means security. It's the same. We all complain when it's probably happened to everybody, and you go and try and make a payment on your bank card or something, and it's declined, and something's happened. Somebody's made a payment. I'd rather the banks did that if there's something amiss than not do it, and you lose your money. And just it's frustrating at the time, but the long and short of it is it's safe. Safe is far better. So yeah, well, it's very much well said that, Andrew, because it is. We've got to take that into account, that the growth of this company is astronomical, absolutely astronomical. And the way it's going, long may it live. Long may it live.
That's why it needs our support.
It does
being positive.
Yeah, count to 10 when you get that frustration, and then think about it again.
Yeah.
Okay, have we anything else we want to cover? I don't know whether was anything else John mentioned he wanted to go over, Mike? Do you know of?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Can I make everything with a silly comment, really? But I just
no silly comments in here, Juliet. You know that by now.
I just want to make everybody laugh, because I've been laughing all week, and a lot of you know what I got as an increase in my pension last week. It created a laugh, and it was really funny. And when I went to the market this morning, I thought, what could I spend my 25p on? One thing, it could have got me half a Cox apple.
So can I
half a Cox apple, because the apple was apparently a very bit short this year, apparently, and Cox apples are 50p each, which I will not pay 50p for one apple. But I thought, well, I could get half a Cox. Sorry, everybody, I thought that was quite funny, so I had a little giggle to myself.
And that would be a very perfect attraction post.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you use for attraction marketing, and you write that story down, and then at the end you can just make a one-liner: "Thank God to my 1% daily profits," and that's it. And just watch how many people will message you. What do you mean? They're not going to talk about your 25 pennies. They're going to talk about what is the 1% profits that you're talking about. I'm serious. Just try it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Absolutely, that one. Yeah, it's just a winner. What do you buy with 25p? What do you buy?
Gas, isn't it, really? Anyway, I was talking to somebody else in our village this morning, and he's saying, because everybody gets this when they have a birthday, we said, guess what mine was? 9p. I've had such a laugh over this. Oh, God. Anyway, on to other subjects.
Excuse me. Right, have we anything else? Anybody anything they want to go over?
Yeah.
Go on.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course you can.
I put a post in one of the chat groups. I think it was in Freedom Chasers 1, but I'm not sure. The other day, just asking if people would be happy to give me a few words, like sort of 5 to 10 words, about what they love about CFX, because I'm planning on doing a video using like testimonials, but they've got to be short and snappy. So anything over 10 words is too much. Can be anything down to 1 word, really, but it's only a rough guide, you know. But I've used it to good effect for my magic business, and I just thought, if I did one like this for Freedom Chasers, then it'd be good. I've had 5 responses, and that's all. But then not many people might have seen it, so I don't know. But so anyone who's happy to do a quick testimonial, just a few words, like short and snappy, just send me a private message.
Sorry, Harry, I'd seen it. I'd forgotten it. You did it in Freedom Chasers 1. I'd forgotten about it, I have to say.
Right.
Oh, I can't remember it. I'll check.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to just, say a couple of words, send me a message and I'll include it. All right. So that.
Have you got it in Telegram as well, Harry? Are you on Telegram?
I know I only put it in one group, and it was simply because I thought otherwise I might be inundated with private messages, and I get enough.
Now you haven't been. Well, now you haven't been, and now you're crying out for them.
Yeah, now I wish I put it in all groups.
You better put it in.
So come on, guys, let's see if we can give Harry a week's reading of testimonies.
Yeah. I don't mind, because if the video works, if it comes together and people like it, then if I've got more testimonials, I can do the same video in different words. So it's fine, not a problem.
Yeah, brilliant. That's fantastic. And as always, Harry, you do such a superb job with all the posts you do.
Well, the thing is, I'm doing them. I was doing them for myself anyway, and I just thought, well, might as well share them. It doesn't matter to me. I'm doing them anyway, and and again, we even with the videos, if anyone's got any ideas. I mean, I know I've already got some ideas that people have given me, but I can't find the right footage to match up with it. But I am working on it. But if anyone's got any bright ideas that they'd like on a video, just give me a shout. And if I can do it, I'll do it. What you've got to bear in mind is that the videos I do are designed to use on your stories, and they are between 15 and 18 seconds. That's it. They're anything more than, I try and cut them so they're literally sort of 17.9 seconds, something like that, so that they will fit on a story on Facebook. So we can't go into anything that's too complex. But yeah, any themes, give me a shout and I'll try and fit them in.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So.
And I think one thing I just want to quickly mention, just so you let your downline know as well, don't forget that we're running up to Christmas, and I would imagine it's just the same as it was last year, where the week over Christmas to New Year, I don't know if 1 week or 2 weeks, where there won't be the payments, don't forget. But not everybody, knows about that, the new people, because obviously the traders have to have some.
You mean the trading results won't be?
Yeah. So it's, just to let them know, and new people coming in, that it is perfectly normal. The traders have to have some and the staff there have to have a little bit of time off for Christmas. You know, it's so yeah, just bear that in mind that this will come up, because it's going to fall strange this year, isn't it? Obviously, because it's with Christmas over the weekend. So
yeah, what's Christmas Day is on a Saturday, isn't it?
it is, and obviously New Year's Day as well.
So just about 1% for the last 2 weeks or something.
We could do with that being answered, because I'm not sure myself how they're going to work that. You wouldn't want automation to run without anybody watching that, would you? So how they're going to do that? Don't know what's going to just come off there, but yeah, just bear it in mind, and maybe pre-warn the newer people that this is perfectly normal, whatever happens. Not all to panic.
Well, the markets are closed, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah, there will be. So it's we just got to just bear that in mind. If something doesn't happen the way it's supposed to do, and things don't just arrive just as they should on time, don't listen to any rubbish out there that'll spring up, because we know it will. And hopefully, I'll find out from John. Get John to find out off Richard and such, like what the all plans are over Christmas time, and get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But yeah, forewarned.
Okay.
Okay. Has anybody anything else they want to?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Can't see any hands up. So
I have a comment. Well, just an idea to put forward for maybe a topic that we can go over at some point in the future, is that we've done a lot of work on network on recruiting via social media. How many people? I'd be really interested to find out how many people are not actually comfortable doing that, and who prefer to do the face-to-face thing. With people and you meet. Is there a need for us to have a kind of a workshop on face-to-face recruiting and how to do it successfully?
I've always thought this business is absolutely for that, Mark. One-on-one is simply the best way. Network marketing in that regard has never changed.
No,
really. So I think it's a hell of a good idea.
Okay.
It's a great topic. It's so flexible. That's the beauty of what we're in. It's so flexible. You can do everything, or just one.
Yeah.
We've got the likes of
it's another tool in the box.
And Andrea, who are really heavy on IT and putting it out there on just complete strangers, 100 at a time. And we've got the likes of me and yourself and a few others that like to do a bit of both, or just one-on-one. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like the guy you meet unloading a lorry and you start speaking, and Marcus's roofers that were there, you start speaking to them one-on-one, comfortable with it. It's whatever any individual is comfortable with.
People deal with people that they like and trust. So it may take a longer run. It may be that you need to develop a working relationship with somebody, or get to know somebody over a period of time. I had my haircut on Monday, and my barber's now looking at joining us. So it's a matter of just building that relationship and opening up the question.
Well, I've got a really neat story to tell about exactly that situation, Nigel. I've known the lady who cuts my hair for about the last 17, 18 years. And she's only 24. So I've known her since she was that high. So we know each other pretty well. We're friends on Facebook and all that sort of stuff anyway. But we were talking one time about, how difficult things have been through lockdown. And we both have businesses that, other businesses that rely on face-to-face contact. So they both fell off a cliff when all the lockdowns came in. And she was moaning about, all this, that, and the other. And I said, look, I found something in October last year that completely takes that whole thing away and lets me make money every day, around about 1%. And it's got a really low starting point. And she said, well, you need to tell me a bit more about it. So I did. And about 5 minutes later, it only took 5 minutes to talk to her about it. 5 minutes later, she walked out the back and came back with 230 quid and said, "Here, get me a."
Excellent.
And that's exactly the same way it went with my barber from the point of view. Yeah, he's been cutting my hair. Not quite, I haven't known him for quite the same number of years, but being a very regular customer. We own businesses in the town. He owns other businesses and bits and pieces. And he's saying, "Look, I need to find another way of earning money without having to work."
Yeah.
So open the door right up.
Now we can.
I think a workshop would be great, actually, because I've had people asking me about it, and when they ask the question, "You need to tell me more about it," I'm stuck.
Yeah, well, I think that's the sort of thing I'm thinking we can go over.
It's just a case of it, because it's been said by John many times before, and it's to bring them to a presentation, and just the easiest way to explain it to them is to say, I won't do it justice if I try and explain this to you now. It's like me trying to cut your hair over the phone, and it's kind of like that, and just say, let me send you a link where you can come on a Teams, where you can, we call it a Zoom because people don't like the word presentation. So we say, we'll bring you to a Zoom where it's all explained, A to Z, and tell me what you think. And that's all you need to say, because if you start trying to explain this, even people that's been in this year, 2 years, will still start struggling because there's so much. There's 5 streams of income. How do you explain that in that? You just start tripping yourself up. So, best thing is just to get them to a presentation or a recording, a replay, anything, but just don't try and do it yourself, because it's just, it'd take you forever trying to explain it. It's done very well in an hour with John.
I certainly remember being advised to do that by Mike and John and several other people here over the weeks and months. But you know what? It's so tempting to just try and say it all out and feel good about knowing all about it, but you don't need to, and that's exactly what you need to do. Is point someone in the direction of, who was it said a couple of weeks ago, cfxsuccess.com.
Exactly, yeah.
Go
that
there,
one.
Have a look, get back
3 videos, 19 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's another good one to say. I can't explain it, but I can give you 3 videos that will total 19 minutes in total. And if that interests you, then we'll talk.
I feel a little bit frustrated now from Alison's comment there that she didn't come to me and say, well, what do I say? Because I'm your point of contact. Yeah. And if I don't know, I'll ask Mike or I'll ask John. No, I'm just saying that this is all part of the training now, which Mark suggested we do, and it's working out really well. This is the sort of training we need, isn't it?
Yeah,
as well as
yeah. Yeah, no, I think this is exactly what we need. And if we have to bring that back and designate a day to it, because we've lost I think we've pretty much lost a lot of the Saturday training now. It's not the easiest for me to do them, but or midweek we'll do that if that's what it's going to take to keep reminding people of how to do things and how to answer them kind of questions, and belly to belly, so to speak, as we call it. And I've just put this out. I'm not going to show you it all, but
Mike Lobb's got his hand up.
Go on, Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
Right, yeah. Hi. I thought we were all going to compare haircuts at one point. Because I'm talking to my hairdresser every time I go in, because she's bought a house and stuff and put an awful lot of money in. But I think with the CFX, which she may well actually do a lot better on, getting the 5% a week return on that anyway. But that's by and by. But some of the problems I've had when I've been not talking to people, I can talk to people about CFX all day. But when they came to watch some of the presentations, some of them came across as a bit heavy. The very wary of crypto, and if you mention Bitcoin and stuff, because there's also a lot of negative press about Bitcoin and stuff. So I brought somebody in on, when was it? A can't remember, it was Sunday or Wednesday, whenever it was. And they said, no, sorry, it's not for me, this. And this guy actually really does need help. He's another barber, by the way. So, but it was like, sometimes it's, the presentation, I think, can be overwhelming. When you talk to somebody on a one-to-one, if you say there's a very low cost of getting into this, and the rewards are quite, quite outrageous, really. And talking on a personal level rather than, so I just found it sometimes, the videos and stuff, and it's so bam, bam, bam in your face. And then afterwards it gets toned, only like now, it gets toned down where we can talk at a lower level, as it were, and actually talk about it. So some of the presentations you don't have a chance to discuss. You're in there, you might win the draw, fair income. It's great that you're referred back to the person who brought you in, and that may open a line. But again, one or two people in business, they are so busy, it's not appropriate to talk to them about CFX. And I say that I'm part of a Freedom Chasers group, and this is what we do. And I'll send them the link. Sometimes it'll go to the mobile, sometimes via email. But one of the something that came out of Ray St. Clair's thing, most people are glued to the mobiles. They have it wherever they go. A lot of the younger people have always got a mobile, and I think that's something I want to do more of. And my hairdresser, bless her, she dismissed CFX, and then I had a haircut on Wednesday, I think it was, and then I was able to ask her. I brought it up again before I went out to the door. Then ended up sitting down for another 15 minutes talking to her. So there is interest there, but I think you can swamp people over, overwhelm people with intense presentation. And I found that was a sticking point. When I came into CFX, I was ready for it. That's why I came in at quite, I put a chunk of change in there. I was ready for it. I didn't have to watch the videos. I wanted in. So there's a lot to take in, but that initial, I like to talk people one-to-one, and it is a big trust thing. And a lot of these people I've brought in also are friends. So I would not do, do anything untoward anyway. But yeah, I think people like the one-to-one contact. It is a trust thing. And the thing on like, say on your Facebook or whatever, there's so much spam out there, and there are a lot of scammers. I've been scammed before now. So I think the one-to-one and the trust thing, and then bringing people in on a personal level to grow your team, because it is a huge trust thing. So I'll get off my soapbox there. But I feel quite strongly about that.
Yeah, I think as Mark said, I think there's discussions to be had about this and some training to be had about this, where we can only talk about these.
Well, it's nailing it's nailing the resources. So you got these resources, and some people think, oh, where do we get this from, and how, and all that, and being able. I was looking at a way to get something off you. A few years back, we had something on the computer at work where we could send a message or an email from the PC to the mobile, so people can read it on the mobile. And I've been trying to find that again, to do that, because some of the links I've got on my PC, I'd like to be able to send directly to somebody's mobile. It just saves an awful lot of typing on the.
Just send it a messenger.
So.
Send it a messenger. Most people have got messenger on their computers and on their mobiles.
I'll try that. But again, there's some things I'm savvy with, and other things I'm not.
That's a whole rabbit hole. I really just wanted to introduce the topic. I didn't want to go down into a lot of depth and detail.
But we can pick these off bit by bit. There's quite a lot in what Mike said there, so And just another one off the top of your head. I don't know whether people are aware of it, but I'm sure a lot of us on here use WhatsApp. Yeah, I don't know whether you know on a PC and a laptop, or a PC and laptops, you can open WhatsApp, the same WhatsApp on there, and send direct to people on WhatsApp. So if you get them on WhatsApp, you can actually, it's all in WhatsApp itself. And again, if that takes a training, I can do a 5-10 minute video on how to do that. So that's another thing.
So you say I can get WhatsApp on my PC?
Yep.
Yeah.
You just have to scan a QR. It comes up as a QR code. You install WhatsApp for Windows.
Yeah.
And then it'll open up. You get a QR code and you just scan it with your phone, and it just opens up WhatsApp on your computer. It's in WhatsApp itself. It's their own.
See,
thing.
it's well worth me, raising the sort of subject, but I didn't know that. So if I can do that, that'll save me a lot of time and effort.
But you'll have to keep your phone close. You can't leave your phone in another room.
Once it's connected, it's connected. It'll be okay then.
Yeah.
But you'll have to do it again if you.
But it's really handy to have.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I use it all the time like that. Also, talking to people, I use WhatsApp on my laptop.
I think so many people have got it, and I prefer typing on computer than I do on laptop. I'm still one-fingered, even though I type fairly quickly on a keyboard.
Yes.
No, I'm not into this.
Neither am I. I'm too old for that.
Do you know, there's an easy win on that for when you're on your phone and your keyboard skills are rubbish on your phone. There's a little microphone button next to the space bar. Press that and just talk, and it will dictate it into the text box.
Repeat.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. I always forget about things like this. Yeah, the power of text to speech and speech to text now is
pretty good.
Pretty mad now.
Was that Juliet screaming out "repeat"?
I think we'd probably need like a Tech Tuesday or something like that, where we bring some things like this, and it's if we get enough interest, we'll do it. If that's what it takes, it's no problem at all.
I don't understand that.
But anyway, we're at. I'm really conscious
go.
of time.
All right,
Let's keep going.
I'm not gonna be about the bush, but I'm absolutely dying for a pee.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Marcus. It's what we love to know.
So we're now, we've gone on probably long enough for tonight's session.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you've got the things we've covered.
Thank you, Marcus.
No, you're more than welcome, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime, and thanks, Mark, for jumping in as well, and Mike as well for.
Yeah.
Mike has left already.
Teamwork makes the dream work. There's no I in team.
Yeah, there was some great info there. Thank you.
Thanks.
Right.
Good night, all.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks, Marcus.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Marcus.
Bye.
Right.